Good morning, Botai. Shavua Tov. First of all, this is a very, very difficult day for all of Am Yisrael. May HaKadosh Baruch Hu comfort all of Am Yisrael for the loss of the Gedol Ador, Agon Rabbeinu Chaim Kanievsky, Zechet Tzadik V'Kadosh Livracha. Now that we are within 30 days of Pesach, it is important to start reviewing some of the pertinent dinim. There are many of them, so it's very important for a person to get educated on these laws. Now, obviously, with regards to Pesach, the main focus on Pesach is Chametz. The Torah refers to Chametz many times throughout the Torah. Chametz is leavening. What is leavening? That is that when you have water come in contact with flour of any of the 5 grains, the 5 grains are wheat, barley, oat, spelt, and rye. If water comes in contact with flour from one of those 5 grains, the internal composition now of that mixture, when left to a certain amount of time, or even, Shulchan Aruch speaks about certain situations where even without time, even under the prescribed amount of time, it can become chametz. It leavens, it rises, and that is chametz, which the Torah tells us that we must avoid at all costs during Chag Pesach. Now, like we said, that applies only to the 5 grains. However, not to other things. For instance, kitniot, legumes, beans, things of that nature, those are not chametz. Because of that, according to Maran Shulchan Aruch, rice and other legumes, there's no issue of consuming them on Pesach. Nevertheless, the minhag of the Ashkenazim, the Rama speaks about this in Siman Reshun Gimal, as well as several communities among the Sfaradim, are to be machmir with regards to rice and other legumes on Pesach for several reasons. First of all, they share certain characteristics with the 5 grains. Also because sometimes when they would package it, sometimes kernels from the 5 grains would get mixed up into rice and other legumes. And we know that on Pesach, when you cook one of the 5 grains, if you cook chametz is not batel, afilu be'elef on Pesach. Because of that, many communities, Ashkenazim and some among the Sfaradim, separated or acted stringently with regards to legumes on Pesach. Now, like we said, the majority of the Sfaradim don't hold of this. The majority of the Sfaradim eat any and all kitniot, legumes, on Pesach. And that's the halacha. I'll tell you a story. One time, when Maran Zechrono Livracha became the Rabbi Rashi Yisrael, so he became the Rishon LeZion, there was a letter that came out before his times. It was actually written by the Ashkenazi chief rabbi before him, Agon of Isser Yehuda Unterman. He was the Rabbi Rashi Ashkenazim. And he wrote a directive from the Rabbanut Rashit for Pesach, and it said as follows. Over there were like guidelines, bullet points for Pesach. It said, Hakitniot asurot, v'asfaradim noagim bo hetev. He wrote on the paper, kitniot, legumes, are forbidden on Pesach, but sfaradim are mekil, which means that sfaradim are lenient with regards to them. Maran Zechrono Livracha, the next year when he became Rishon LeZion, he crossed it out and he reworded it. He says that's not true. That's not correct la'alacha. He wrote, Hakitniot mutarot ve'ashkenazim noagim bo lechumra, which means kitniot are mutar, ashkenazim are machmir. That's the way he wrote it for the next Pesach, so that everybody was clear what the halacha was. Yom Tov.